Hello again, Ashley here. This is a follow-up from my previous video in regards to the tranquility of the mind quote by Seneca, where he discusses how relying on common opinion is going to send you to the rocks, basically, and how uncertain it is, how common opinion, how relying on common opinion is, how uncertain it is. And I've been thinking the last couple of hours when I went for my run, stuff was coming through, and I've just been thinking about it then, and about how as a universe we are following what other people are saying. We're acting on what we think, what we think other people think. We are acting on what we think and what other people think. So I'll sit with that. Sit with that again. We are acting, we are behaving, we are reacting on what we think other people think. So if we agree with that concept that we're thinking based on what other people think, do we control what other people think? Let's use an example. So if you went onto an Instagram profile, they had 10 million subscribers, 10 million followers, and the next profile you visited had 100 followers. I don't know about you, but I instantly base an opinion that that person who's got 10 million followers is sort of is better than the person with 100 followers, because I'm judging that them 10 million followers, having 10 million followers rather than 100 followers makes you a better person. And I'm going to judge my opinion. I'm going to trust what that person who's got 10 million followers to that person who's got 100 followers. Even though we've never met these 10 million followers, we're basing our opinion on what the majority of people think. Even though we've never met these people, we're basing an opinion on what we think other people think who we've never even met before. We're basing our opinion on what we think other people think who we've never met before. So when we base our opinion, base our judgments, impressions on people we've never met before, people base our judgments on what we think other people think who we've never met before, how uncertain do you think that is? Basing an opinion on what we think other people think who we've never met before. How that's the uncertainty of it. And it's an automatic thing now. And as I mentioned in a previous video, we base an opinion that someone who's got £10 million to someone who's got £100, that they're more successful. We base other people's success on how many followers they've got, how much money they've got, how many. We base other people's success on how they look, how many 5-star reviews they've got, what achievements they've got. And so when we judge, when we base an opinion on that, when we base our opinions on that, we're basically focused on matter. We're basing our opinion on uncontrollables because, as we know, we're not in control of our bodies. We're not in control of our bodies, we're not in control of our money, we're not in control of our property, our achievements, our status. The only thing we control is our values, who we are as people, how in control of our emotions are, how in control of how aware we are, how we speak, how we move. That's the only thing that we control. And using the other example, when we check reviews of people, we gather an opinion that someone who's got 500 5-star reviews, or a hotel has got 500 5-star reviews, and a hotel has got no reviews, we base our judgment that hotel is better than the one with no reviews. So again, we're automatically basing our opinion on how many reviews that people have got, how many friends people have got, how many followers, how many friends, how much money, what achievements they've had, what states they've got, how fast they can run. But instead, why don't we, as Seneca says, go deep into our own judgments of things? Because if we're basing an opinion, if we're forming an opinion of the common, for example, so if we're basing our opinion on the common opinion, who've never met before, without looking, why don't we understand ourselves, for just 5 minutes, why don't we understand, why don't we ask ourselves, okay, why do I think that hotel is better? How does it look? What are the rooms like? What do I like in a room? Where's the location? What do I like? What do I like in the location? What are the staff like? What do I like in staff? What values do I have? What values do I have about food? So it's going deep into our values, and then moving with those values into everything. Forming an opinion about us, our purpose, moving with our purpose, rather than moving with a purpose of just following the masses, following the common opinion, following the rocks. All the successful people, all the great people in the world, they've all done the same. They've always moved away from it. Common ground. They've always that enlightenment, invention, awareness, creativity. When we follow the common ground, yes, if you want to follow the common opinion, if you just want to rely on the common opinion and just move with them, that's completely fine, and I love you for that. But just know, I would like to just to be aware that, you know, if you do want to be enlightened and feel empowered and be the best version of yourself, because if we're following the common opinion, how can we be the best version of us? Because if we follow the common opinion, we'll just be the best version of what someone else wants us to be. What we think, what other people, what we will become, what we think other people think what we think. We become what we think other people think we should be. We become, if we follow the common ground, if we follow the masses, if we rely on the masses' opinion, we will become what we think other people think we should be. That's my perception. Or we can go, so we can follow that. Door number one, that's door number one, the common ground. Safety, you know, you can just follow, you know, you block off the enlightenment and the awareness of your true inner power. You're in your bodies, you'll get moved around, tossed around by other people's opinion, what you think other people think of you. You'll keep changing. You'll go, as Seneca says, you go back and forth on what you think other people think you should do. Your parents, your siblings, your co-workers, your friends, your followers, what people think of you. Yes, you can go through that door number one. And I love you for that. Or the door number two is the unknown. The door number two is the unknown. Where there's no opinions, there's no outside opinions to follow. It's just you. It's just your judgments, your own judgments of things, your own values, and moving with not an idea of where you're going, but moving to having a goal, and moving towards that goal in some way, and sticking to that direction, rather than going back and forth. Because if you're used to going back and forth, if you're used to taking other people's opinions, then you might be going, for example, if you want to, you know, earn a specific amount of money, or if you want a certain body, if you want certain achievement or certain status, if you've pinpointed that you want that, or you might have pinpointed you want to be a certain person, you want to be a loving, kind, honest, resilient, abundant person. So if you go down that route, but you're still relying on other people's opinion, then you're going to get sidetracked. You're going to get taken off that path, and you're going to go back to that. So it's knowing. You're going to go back to, you know, do things what other people think you should do, who you've never met before, probably will never meet, who say you should have a certain amount of money in your account, you should have a certain state, you should have a certain job, you should follow a certain route, you should worry about certain things, you should be scared of certain things, you should act a certain way, you should be a certain way, you should have a certain body, you should have a certain diet, you should eat certain foods. So that's door number one. But door number two is just you. And your opinion, your impressions, your judgments. It's a door of unlimited potential. Potential that you're not gonna, if you follow the common opinion, you're never gonna have the enlightenment to see. Because you're just, if you're following other people's opinion, that's a past opinion of someone else is in the past. Because you don't know what other people, we don't know what other, if we're living in the material world, we don't know what, we're not aware of the future because it's not happened yet. We're just living on past opinions. We're just building a future on the past opinions, past stories, past experiences. Doing the same things, same things, in the same people, at the same time, in the same place. Living on the hormones of stress. So if we're living by that mantra, we're not going to have the enlightenment to go towards what our true potential, our true unlimited potential, because we're not going to be able to see the future because we live in the past. We're living by what's happened before, what the people have said to us before. That's my sort of reflections post previous video reflections. Thanks for watching, and I'll uploading now.